Black twins threatened by football bullies, unaware they are ruthless black belts. Is this still funny now?
Maya's voice was low.
Calm, too calm, one football player groaned, clutching his ribs.
Another lay flat, staring at the sky like it had betrayed him. The field, once theirs, was silent except for the whisper of cleats retreating in shame. They hadn't expected resistance, especially not from two quiet black girls they thought would cower. But Jada and Maya weren't just students. They were weapons disguised as whispers. This wasn't a fight. It was a reckoning. Welcome, story lovers. Smash that like button and drop your city below. Let's see where this story lands. The sun dipped low over Crestwood University's football field, casting golden light across the bleachers where whispers often traveled faster than truth. Jada and Maya, 19-year-old identical twins, had transferred in just weeks ago, quiet, composed, and to many unbothered. But their silence wasn't shyness. It was a strategy. Most students knew them only as the Black twins who don't talk much. What? Didn't they know? The sisters were nationally ranked martial artists, black belts since the age of 16, trained by a grandmother who taught them that true power never needs to be shouted. But at this predominantly white university, respect was rationed, especially by the football team. The players didn't like how the twins moved through campus unimpressed by their status, immune to intimidation. Rumors sparked. Tensions brewed until one Friday evening on the same field where legends were made, the game changed. And this time, the twins weren't on the sidelines. The football field, now empty of spectators, echoed with post-practice banter as dusk settled in. Jada and Maya jogged across the turf, their usual shortcut back to the dorms. That's when they heard heavy footsteps behind them. Hey, a voice barked. 4 players from the defensive squad, broad-shouldered, cocky, and grinning with the kind of malice that hides behind jokes, stepped onto the field like they owned it. You think you're better than us? One sneered. Too good to smile at us? You ain't even that cute. The twins kept walking, calm and silent. But one player rushed forward and shoved Maya hard in the back. She stumbled a step but didn't fall. What now, ninja girl? Another laughed, emboldened. Wrong move. In a blink, Maya pivoted, grabbed his jersey, and dropped him to the ground with a clean hip throw. Gasps, silence, another charged at Jada, only to be swept mid-stride and slammed flat against the turf. The twins didn't yell. They didn't run. Their movements were crisp, fluid, and rehearsed. It wasn't a fight. It was a lesson. Phones were pulled out. Cleats scrambled. However, the girls remained grounded and centered. By the time the last attacker staggered up, bloodied, pride in tow, the field was no longer theirs. They'd picked a fight under stadium lights and got a masterclass in regret. The video was everywhere. By morning, slow-motion replays of 4 football players being dismantled effortlessly by 2 black girls who never raised their voices. But while students cheered, the administration frowned. In the coach's office, the girls sat with perfect posture as questions flew. Why didn't you walk away? Wasn't that excessive? Jada looked him in the eye. We were on the field. They brought the game. It wasn't just about self-defense. It was about history of being quiet, polite, and visible. And in those few minutes on that field, they didn't just defend themselves, they shattered a narrative. Dear audience, if you're enjoying the story, don't forget to give it a like. It helps. The football players faced suspension. The twins, recognition, invited to speak at campus forums. They shared more than what happened on that field. They talked about the weight of silence, of being underestimated, of being told to stay calm in the face of disrespect, and how discipline isn't weakness, it's restraint. Jada and Maya never sought violence, but when cornered, they reminded the world, strength has no skin tone, no gender, and no need for permission. They didn't win because they fought. They won because they knew exactly when not to. Now their story is a warning. Be careful who you try to break. Some were built to bend, others were trained to rise. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories and new videos. Take care.